What's up, y'all? Everyday Say here back with another video. Listen, on Saturdays we doing long format content. So listen, I'm gonna just sit here and we're gonna talk about some things, right? So today I'm talking about what a man looks for in a woman. Now I'm talking about the majority of men. I'm not talking about the outliers. I'm talking about the majority of men. I'm speaking for myself. Now, me personally, I have a fiance. We're getting married September 29th of this year. Thank the Lord. But I just want to talk about some of the things I was looking for when I was looking for a wife. The first thing I was looking for was a woman who had a foundation based in God. Listen, life is going to throw twists and turns at you, right? And I need someone who's going to pray for me. I need someone who's going to pray for our kids. I'm going to need someone who's going to pray for themselves. Like, I need someone who has that foundation, because when the hard times come, and they will come, the only way we're going to be able to make it out of this is if we pray together. The second reason why is because a woman who is following God understands the oaths that she takes during when we get married, through sickness, through health, through rich or through poor, through good, through bad. That oath that she's making unto God, I'm barring any affair, that oath should stand the test of time. Meaning that when she's sitting here thinking, oh, I'm not happy today, I don't know if I want to be here. Hey, listen, I made an oath unto God. I promised God that I would be here. I promised God that I would stay here during the hard times. God forbid something happens to me. I've told God that I would be here when he's sick in the bed and he can't work right now. I made an oath to God that I would stay here when, he has to go through surgery and now he can't pay the bills. And the same goes on my end. I made an oath to God that if something happens to her and she's in the hospital, oh well, she's never here and I gotta take care of the kids and I don't know if I can do this. I made an oath unto God. I made a promise to God that I'd be here for her. And so because of my relationship with God, because of her relationship with God, we understand that there's a promise that we made to God. And so we stay together because we made a promise to God, regardless of how rough or how tough the situation gets. The second thing, I think this is the second thing. The second thing I was looking for in a woman is a woman who had the ability to change. So many people are stuck in their ways. So many people don't want to change. So many people see themselves up on a pedestal. Oh, I'm this and I'm high up and there's nothing wrong with me. There's a lot of people who don't want to take accountability nowadays. It's like, if you say anything about a person, you hating. No, that's not how it is. So I wanted a woman who was willing to take constructive criticism and work on herself and become a better person. One of the reputations that I had when I was single is that, listen, I'm only going to tell you so many times. After that, I ain't going to argue with you. I ain't going to fuss with you. I ain't going to cuss at you. I ain't going to do none of that. I'm not going to do none of that. I'm going to just walk away. And that was one of the things that kind of permeated the community when it came to me. Like, James, hey, he only gonna give you like one or two chances, and if you ain't on board, he gonna keep it pushing, right? So one of the things about her is that when we met, it wasn't the best of situations. Like, we had a lot going on. I was going through a lot. She was going through a lot. She came from a different past than I came from, and I had some past hurt that I was dealing with. So when we came together, it was a lot of things that we had to work out. It was a lot of things we had to change. But you have to understand, we understood that the change that we were making was for the better, right? So we could have a healthy relationship. Our relationship was not healthy in the beginning. It really wasn't. I mean, it was on again, off again, on again, break up, make up, break up, make up, break up, make up, because we could not understand one another at all. And some of that was dealing in past pain, that was dealing with past trauma. Like, it was just a lot going on. So when I met her, we both had to change, but I seen that she wanted to change. She didn't sit here and say, well, this is who I am, this is how I am, accept me for who I am, or get gone. She didn't do that. Yeah, it took some arguing, it took some fussing, it took some tugging and pulling and all this other stuff. But eventually we got to a point where we were like, okay, I'm safe with you and you're safe with me. So, and I trust your guidance, and I trust your guidance, And so I can make this change. It's gonna take time, but I know I shouldn't be yelling and cursing at you when I get upset. So let me try to change that. And let me tell you something. I was able to change that because I was willing to leave. I was like, listen, I understand in your past that you used to yell and curse at people. I understand. But that ain't gonna happen here. We not you ain't about to talk to me that way. Oh no. Yeah. Oh wait. If you want to continue to talk like that, then you can talk by yourself because I ain't gonna be here. And she seen that. And she said, okay, if I really want to keep this man, if I really want to be here with him, I'm gonna have to change how I talk to him. The next thing I was looking for was a woman that would allow me to lead. Now listen, baby, listen. We all been hurt before, okay? Like, listen, in whatever capacity, if you've allowed yourself to be vulnerable with another person, you've been hurt before, okay? Your pain, I didn't felt the pain. They didn't felt the pain. We all been through something, okay? It may not look the same, but it all ended in pain and trauma and all this other stuff. So listen, we all been through it. Because I see a lot of women saying, oh, I ain't gonna allow no man to leave me. Listen, until you can allow yourself to be vulnerable, you ain't never gonna find nobody. So when I met my fiance, I was like, I need somebody who's gonna allow me to lead. And listen, she had been with men who ran her into a brick wall, who led her right into a brick wall and led her right off of a cliff. And so when she came in, she wasn't willing to allow me to lead. But you know what I had to do? I had to prove myself. I had to sit here and constantly work at her and show her that I could be a good leader. But here's the thing. If she would have been stuck in her way as to say, I'm never going to follow a man, I'm never going to allow another man to lead me, baby, we wouldn't be here now. So not only did I have to prove myself to be a good leader, but she also had to let her walls down to allow me to lead. And so when I say allow me to lead, meaning that she trusts my decisions, she trusts the direction that I'm leading her in. You know, so many times, like, you know, me, I'm introverted out in public. I don't like being in places where there's a lot of people. Just not my thing. But unfortunately, there's many times where I find myself in areas where there are a lot of people. And so when I'm in these areas, I'm looking at pre-assault tendencies. Meaning I'm looking at people who are here to start trouble, right? And I'm really good at it. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm really good. I peep drama and things that are about to happen before they even happen. So I'm looking at faces, I'm looking at actions, I'm looking at behaviors all the time, constantly scanning. And when I say leave, when I tell my fiance, hey, it's time to go, because I see something, it's time to go. Like, this isn't well, baby, I don't think it's no, it's time to go. We're going, we're out the door, we're leaving. Something in the atmosphere done changed. The vibe is weird. Something's going on that it's time for us to go. I don't need her to sit here. Well, I don't think it's well, maybe it's not. Well, I don't know if it like I ain't got time for that. People are shooting each other nowadays. And if we in a crowded area and I feel something, baby, we gotta go. And she understands that and she trusts that and she don't question that. So as soon as I say it, we gone, we out the door. Better safe than sorry. So she allows me to lead in that way, right? When it comes to, when it comes to our plans for the future, she understands that there's a plan in place. And she understands that, hey, baby, this, we're going to have to cut back this week. We can't be, this month, we can't be spending a lot of money like that, right? We trying to get to this goal. Like, so you going to have to cut back. I'm going to have to cut back. We both going to have to cut back in order to achieve what we want. And so that's the thing, allowing me to lead, allowing me to be a leader, but understand that it took time. All of this took time, especially coming from a place where she had been in such bad relationships prior to. It took time for her to get to this point. Right. Catch y'all.